This
Yeah.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay. The last class, so I was discussing about the how to do the Java environment setup, and then we okay, Java full stack. I'm going to take it here. Okay, cool. We did the dev setup. We have done that here. JDK, IDE, Git, Maven, and like Docker we did not install. If possible, you guys also install the Docker. You install that here. Okay, cool. Now here, when it comes to the programming language, like now we learned Java as our first programming language. Some of them might be knowing the already Java. Some of them may be learning the first time you're learning the programming language. So when you take this Java, when you take the Java, uh, okay, let me. When you take Java, so Java, when you're learning here, there is a Java mainly we have a three parts here: JSE, JEE, and JME. So JSE is a Java Standard Edition, which is nothing but the core Java. Which is nothing but the whatever you are going to learn the core Java that is comes under the JSE. JEE is the Java Enterprise Edition, Java Micro Edition. The, the enterprise grade applications when you are building, you are going to use the JEE. Whenever you are building the mobile applications, you would be using the JME. Now, as a part of this course, we are not going to touch anything on the JME. We will be discussing about the JSE and the JEE. So earlier they used to call the J2SE and J2EE, but they have removed the two. Yes, they call it as a JSE and JEE and JME. So now here, when you take this uh, Java thing, when you're taking here Java, so this is a JSE, Java Standard Edition. So which is nothing but you can say it as a core Java. Okay, by using the JSE, you can develop a standalone applications. If you take these standalone applications, which can run in a single machine, like, no, you are going to install and that is going to be executed in the single machine. It is going to execute. Okay. Now here, in case of the core Java, first we will get start with the programming fundamentals. How we are going to write a like no hello world example. From there we will get start with that. Now our discussion will start from the first creation of the project. How we are going to create a creation of the project using the Maven. Creation of the project by using the Maven. So first, let me give a small introduction about the what is this Maven. The Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool. This Maven will help us like it will automate the our build process. It will automate the our build process. Whenever you are creating the Maven project, it will have the one standard directory structure. It will have the standard directory structure. So what is that standard directory structure? Let me explain this here. It will have the project underscore name. What is your project name? And inside this project package project, you will have a different directories. What are those different directories? We'll have the different directories, and parallel to that, there will be something called the pom.xml. There is a library name called the pom.xml file. You will be having the one pom.xml. You will have it here. Then you will have the folders. Like no, what are the folders it contains here is the first folder. All your source code is going to be maintained in src main Java. Okay. Then here we will have a src main resources. Okay. Then src test Java and src test resources. Src test resources. Okay. These are the main directories which contains in your project. Like no src the resources. If we take that here, this is one, and this is another one is src test Java, and this is another one. You have a src test resources, and then there is something called the pom.xml file. So this is a pom.xml file which will be parallel to the your project. It contains here pom.xml file. This pom.xml file we call it as a project object model. We'll say that here. Whenever you create a Maven project, this will be the standard directory structure. Now I want to show that manually how are you going to create the Maven project. I will show that here. Then we can take the help of the IDE, how we are going to do that. We will also get familiar with that. So the manual creation of the project, Maven project, how to create that, I'm going to explain now. Now you may ask the one more question. Hey, when you are starting with the hello world example, why don't you create a simple Java project and why don't you execute that? We can do that, but practically, when you're working on the real-time projects, you will not create any Java project. Either you are going to create a Maven project or you are going to create a Gradle project. So the industry standards to follow that here. Even our hello world example also, we are not going to create any Java like the basic projects. We are going to create either Maven project or Gradle project. We should get familiar with that from the day one. Now, in order to create that here, I'm going to open one of these directories. I'm going to open one of the directories. I'm going to open here, and this is a I'm created the Git folder I created here. This is a place where I'm going to create a new folder. I'll be saying it as a core, or we can say now Java full stack underscore. We are going to say it as a 2023. Okay, then here we are going to say it as a this is a thing we are going to give it here 730 and 2023, and where we are going to set as a uh, here we are going to add the April month. We started in the month of April. Then we are going to give this name. You can give any name for this project. Okay, I'm giving it as a I'm going to create a in the future. In this project, we are going to create a lot of sub modules. Whenever I started with the JDBC, I'll create a one module. Whenever I create a Spring, I'll create a one module. Like this, we are going to create a multiple modules. I'm going to make use of the same thing, and we will push everything, code it into this repository. That's the reason I'm just making it as a this repository. This repository itself, the project name itself, I'm making it as a Java full stack 730 April 2023 batch. We are going to say that here. Okay. Then here I want to create a standard directory structure. I want to create it here. So for that, I'm going to open the Git bash. I'm creating the mkdir, make a directory. We are going to make what is that? src main Java. I'm going to create this directory. Okay. Uh, mkdir minus p, I guess. This is going to be created. The folder is empty. Refresh. It is empty. Okay, fine. It did not create that here. Mkdir. Okay, I'll be doing here like this. src. I'm going to create it here. Okay. First, let me create a directory name called the src. Okay. src it's created here. Now inside the src, I'm going to create a main. I'm going to create a Java. I'm going to create it here. Mkdir such a file. Okay, mkdir. I'm going to create a main, and I'm going to create a this directory. I'm going to create a src main Java, and here we are going to create a src main resources. Okay, then here we are going to create a src test. I'm going to create it as a test. I'm going to create it here, and I'm going to create a test Java. I'm creating here and the test resources. Okay, this is what I created here, and I am going to create it as a touch form.xml. Form.xml. Okay, if you open this here, if you open this thing in Visual Studio Code, or if you open with the your if you are going to open with the from your IDE, so just I'm going to open that project I created in Git, and Git directory I created here, and this is my project. Just I'm going to open here. Trust this project, this window I'm going to open here. Now, if you look at here, this is a standard directory structure for your Maven. src main Java, src main resources, src test Java, src test resources. Then there is a form.xml file. In this form.xml file, we need to tell that what is the JDK version you are going to use it, whether you are using the JDK 20 or JDK 11, what is the version you are going to use it here. And we need to do some configurations. You have to write it here. Now, here I'm going to take the internet. There is something called the Maven form.xml file. This form stands for the project object model. The POM stands for the project object model. Whenever you are taking the POM, when you are taking here, there will be a there will be a I'm sorry guys. Okay, there will be a different examples they have given here in your POM file. Okay, or we can take it as a from the existing project. I'm going to take the start.spring.io. From here, I'm going to take the pom.xml syntax. I'm going to take it here. Don't worry. So this is just I'm going to explore and where you can open the something called the pom.xml file. And this is a file I'm going to take it as a I'm going to write the XSD, which I don't remember. Yeah, just I'm going to copy this here. This is the XSD type. I'm going to say that here. Now I'm going to close the project. This is my root element in a pom.xml file. This is what I'm going to say it as a root element. I'm going to say that here, the project, and here we are going to close the project thing. We are going to close it here, and then we have a like no closing of the project we are having here. Then here we are going to say that as a and group ID is the and artifact ID. Okay, this is another important thing. The group ID and the artifact ID. Group ID is what I'm going to say it as a com dot the carrier IT dot j. Okay, carrier IT I'm going to give it here, and my project name is I'm going to give it as a KFS Java full stack, and this is the version I'm going to say that here. Okay, and we can give the name of the project also. Yes, we are going to give the name of the project. I'm going to say that as a JFS. Okay, underscore. I'm going to give it as a 730 underscore APR underscore. Okay, I'm going to give the 2023. This is the name of my project. I'm going to give it here. Now this is a we don't do manually, but for you to get practice with that Java direct, this is standard directory structure. How we are going to do the create the Maven project. I'm doing this here. Then there is some properties we need to add it here. What are those properties? What is the JDK version you are going to use it here? Suppose like no even project description also we have here. Just let me take it here. From here I'm going to take it here. So what is the description of the project? Like no here we are going to say it as a Java. Okay, learning Java from this is a career IT. We are going to say that here. Career IT. We would be saying that here. This is what career IT. I'm going to say that here. And JDK. I'm going to specify the 20. I want to use the JDK version 20. I want to use the JDK version 20. I'm going to use it here. And yeah, that's it. Like now, here the moment you refresh this here, Maven, we are going to say that here. Maven reload the project. This project is going to load. Now you see here it is recognized and it has got the JDK 20. It has got it here. Like no, this is a place it has taken the 20. It is taken here. Everything is looking fine. Now here we are going to write our first example. New class I'm going to create it here. New package. First I'm going to create a package. com dot career it dot jfs. Okay. Dot I'm going to say that as a CJ and I will be saying it as a day one. Okay. I'm creating this a package. What is this package is very lengthy. com.careerit is my reverse of the domain name. JFS is my project name. CJ is my module name, and the package name is a day one. This is a package is nothing but the directories. Please remember that package is nothing but the directories. Okay. See, whenever you buy some like no, the best example I can give you that here. Whenever you buy a hard disk, which is the size of 500 MB. Okay, let's take it as a 500 or 1 GB. Let's take it as a 500 MB. What immediately you are going to do that here, you will do the multiple partitions. There's a partition A, and you are going to take the partition B, and you may do the partition C. Okay, or partition C, we are going to do this here. And each partition, again inside that, whenever you are going to create any document, you are going to label that is a hey, this is a project which you are going to say it as a my project is like now here we are going to create a songs and movies. And again, songs also you are not going to dump all the songs into the one folder. Like no, always you will create a multiple folders. You are going to create it here. Like no, this is in this case. If you look at here, my hard disk is having the 2 drives, and if you look at here, all the Docker related will be in one folder, and workspace. And again, PostgreSQL data I'm going to store it in one place. Like this we are organizing the so the folders very nicely, so that in future if you want to refer to the a particular document, easy to navigate that. Even when you are working on the projects also, you are working today, tomorrow somebody else is going to maintain your code, and they should understand, and where that code is available they should able to navigate easily to make it their life easy. And are in the future, if you want to you yourself go and fix something, you should know clearly in which package what are the classes are you have written, and all the logical or related classes you are going to group together, you are putting inside a one folder. That we call it as a in Java package. And here I'm creating the day one examples. I'm creating here, we are going to write a new class called the hello world. Yes, I'm saying it as a hello world. Okay. Or we can say it as a, instead of hello world, greetings. I'm saying it as a greetings. These are my class name. And what are the message I want to print it here? Just we are going to print that message. Okay. Here we are going to print it here. The main method I'm going to write it here. And this is a place where you are going to say it as a SYS out. I'll be printing it as a welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world. We are going to say that here. If these things are working, that means we successfully created the our Maven project we created here. Now I'm going to run. So when I'm running this here, without any problem, it should print the, okay. So module for JDK does not support, the version is 1.5. Okay. Release version is not supported. Okay. There is an error now. We got a error. Okay. Uh, Downgrade the project SDK to the 1.5 compatibility project. It's saying that here. Good. Now here, when I'm working on this here, it is saying that here, boss, there is a problem here. This is not supporting the Java compiler version. It is not supporting that. It is telling that here. Now we look at here once again. Okay, the Maven, if I'm creating this project, so some reason it did not pick the my JDK version. It did not pick that here. It did not pick the my JDK version. Just I'm going to, okay, this is the packaging version is 10. No, this is also not correct. I mean, this might be that might be correct, but okay, what it happened is here. Hmm, okay, okay, what went wrong? Just let me check this here. This is what we are. This is my current project. We created this project, and here we are going to specify that. Yeah, here we would use the Maven compiler version target, and this is what we would use it here. Maybe this property might be recognized, but here it did not recognize this. Or one more thing also we can confirm that here. Now here you can go to the open module settings. What is the JDK it is pointing? Okay, this is the thing it is pointing. Okay, module JDK it is pointing here. 5 it is pointing here. Okay, it should not be pointing to the 5. It should take the, always it should take the, what is the version we specified here. Like now, just I'm trying to fix this. 20, I'm going to say it as a, this is also 20. I'm going to refresh this. I'm going to refresh this here. So it should take the JDK 20, it should take that here. Now I'm going to run this here, run. We'll see that here. No problem. Then it has taken that here. Okay, if some reason it did not recognize the previous property, we need to give the Maven compiler source and a Maven compiler target. We are going to give it here, and version 2020 we specified, and we have done that here. Now this is a project, Maven project we build here, and it is working fine. Now what I'm going to do here is, yesterday I was discussing about this. Okay, when you are creating the Maven project, let me explain what are the things we have done that. What are the things we have done that here? First, we created a one project. We created a one project. We created one directory. Nothing but the directory we created, and we created the standard directory structure: src main Java, src main resources, src test Java, src test resources. So in that project, you created this is a directory structure you maintain, and you created a one form.xml file. In that form.xml file, we added the, hey, what is a like no, what is a group ID and artifact ID? Artifact ID is the version, what is the name of the your project, and description. And we are telling that what is the version of the what is the version it should use it, JDK version. What is the target, like no source version, what version it has to be compiled, what version it has to run, that we are configuring here. And we are done with that. And after that, if you go and build this project, suppose I want to build this project, okay, open in terminal, I'm going to open here. You will do the command called the men clean. I'm going to do the cleaning of the my project. Like now previously if you have done some builds, we want to delete that here. Like now here target folder has been removed here. Now here when I'm doing here men clean clean package, I want to do the packaging of that. That means I want to create a jar out of this. I want to create a jar out of this. Like no, it is saying that here the Maven compiler plugin is not available, invalid target release 20. Like now we need to add the fail to execute the goal. This is what Maven compiler plugin it is saying that here. Okay, what it is saying that here, hey, I could not find the compiler plugin, I could not find that, it is saying here. Now I'm going to here Maven compiler failed to execute the goal Maven compiler plugin. This is a error, exactly error we are also getting that here. Okay. Okay, Maven compiler plugin. Okay, just we are going to add the Maven compiler plugin. Only I'm searching for this Maven compiler plugin. I'm going to search this here. Okay. This is also not a problem. So there is some libraries are available. We don't want to add any libraries. Well, to execute this is a Maven compiler plugin. Maven compiler invalid character 2020. It is going to say that here. Okay, we'll downgrade this 17, and I'm going to do this 17. Okay, whether it is working for the 17 or not, just I'm going to check this here. Maven packaging, I'm going to do this here. Yeah, it is downloading and it's build success. Still, this the Maven version, it is not supporting the I guess 20. It is not supporting the what are the Maven version I have in my system. That's where just I'm downgrading the to the JDK 17. I'm downgrading here. Like now things are looking fine. Like now, one more important point is here. If we have a JDK 20, you can run the application in no JDK 17 code. You can run it. If we have a 17, if you are trying to run the 20, it won't possible. It won't be possible here. Like now, please remember that lower version of the your compiled code can run it in a higher version. Higher version compiled code you cannot run it in no lower versions. Lower version you cannot run that here. Like that's a one point you remember that here. Now the moment I made it as a here 20, it did not it was not working. We'll go with the Java 17. That's okay. Now even though you install the 20, you said that is a this is a compiler version is a 17. Still you can run your application 17 applications. You can run it in a 20. Will not have any issues. Okay, if there is any breaking changes, yeah, we have to fix that. That is okay. Now time being, that's okay. I'll just find the right version of the what is the Maven which is compatible with the 20. I will check that. For time being, this is okay. Okay. Now here we are going to do the Maven. When you're doing here Maven, you are going to do the main the commands is here when you are working with the Maven. MVN. Yeah, let me zoom this here. It's a font is too small. Yeah, MEN we are going to do here. Let me increase the medium size. I'm going to put it here. The MEN we are going to do the clean. Clean means what are the previously builds are available. You just clean that. Now you look at this here. I have a target. That means the previously it has built this application. When I do this here MEN clean, this is going to be clean that directory. It's going to remove the directory. That's the meaning of that. Clean means it is going to delete the previous what are the projects builds you have done, that it's going to be cleaned. And when you say that here, next one is MEN compile Java. Okay, just I want to compile that here. Need not to do this compile Java. Just you can do the MEN package. Package means it is going to build the project. Like no, whenever your application is built, application is ready, you want to deploy to the some server, or you want to deploy to the like no, you want to do the some shipment of this executable file to the some other application. Then you will create mainly here in the Java world, the packaging will happen either jar, var, and EAR and AAR. This is what AR we will not use it. Okay, either jar, var, and EAR. Jar is a Java archive file, web archive file, enterprise archive file, Android archive file. This is the Android developers. They will use the AR. They are going to use it here. Now, most of the times, earlier we used to use the war files. We used to use that here. But after Spring and all these things, everything we will make it as a jar. There is no wars. There is only jars. Yeah. So now here, the executable files, typically you will do the shipment of your project by in the form of either jar, var, or EAR. Like now, here we can take it as a jar. If you don't give anything here, your packaging type, it is going to take it as a jar. It is going to take it here. Now, where is the jar file? It's created here. This is what. What is my project name? This is my project name. What is that? JFS is my project name. What is the version? 0.01 snapshot. And with that name, it is going to create a one jar file. It is going to be created here. And this jar file, you can take it and run wherever JVM is present. Wherever JVM is present, you can run that here. Now, let me go and see this here. Open in Explorer. This is a place where my jar is generated here. Now I'm going to open this here. Okay, here we are going to say that here's a Java minus jar. I'm going to say it as a JFS jar. I'm going to run this here. It said that here the main method is not specified. Something it is saying here. Like now, when you're running that, we need to give the main class name and all these things. You can do that here. That I will come back to the example. Maybe when you're learning the advanced concepts, I will explain that how we are going to run this jar. We'll see that here. Now I created this simple project I created here, and here when I'm doing here MEN clean, I'm going to do this here. Just I want to clean this project. I built my first project. I built it here. Now here we have written in a day one. We written one example called the greeting. Similarly, we want to write one more example, which is going to find the sum of two numbers. Here, the class naming conventions also, when you're writing any class in Java, it starts with the capital letter. The preferred name is a noun. The preferred name is a noun, and the .java file can have only one public class. You cannot have the multiple public class in one Java file. And the Java files extension is a .java. Like let's take it here. When you are taking the Java files, the extension of the Java file should contain only one public class. Does it mean it can contain the multiple classes, but it should contain only one public class? And what are the public class you are defining? Your file name should be the same as a public class. Your file name should be the same as a public class. You can say that. Now, when you're taking the .java, file, so our Java files extension is .java. It should contains the only one public class. It can have any number of classes, but ideally we will not create a multiple classes in one Java file. Always we will declare every class separate Java file we are going to declare. Every class will declare a separate Java file. Java class will declare. Now here, if I'm looking at here, I want to find the sum of two numbers. Sum of two numbers. Okay, this is what I'm taking the example. Sum of two numbers. So every letter, if it is having the multiple words, every starting letter will be in uppercase. That's a naming conventions. Java follows that. Is it mandatory to follow the naming conventions? Like no, it is not mandatory. If you don't follow that, like no, you will not know later which is a class, which is a variable. You will get really confusion. To avoid all these confusions, like no, the source code whenever you are writing, it will be like no, after you are leaving that organization, or some people they might have left this earth also, but still the people who has written the code, it will be used and it is going to maintain by the somebody else. If you follow the proper conventions, it is easy to debug the application and it is easy to maintain. So the naming conventions for the Java is, the Java class names is, preferred name is a noun, the starts with the capital letters. If it is having the multiple words, every word will be starts with the capital letter. And whenever you write the any .java file, it should have only one public class. Only one public class, you can say that here. Now I'm going to write a main method here. And here I want to find the sum of two numbers. When you are finding the sum of two numbers, I'm going to take the int number one equal to, let me put it as a int number one equal to, I'm going to take it as a 10. Int number two equal to, I'm going to take it as a 20. Okay, I declare the two variables. Okay, what is these variables? We will discuss in in details. We are going to discuss what is the data types, what is the variables. So now here we are going to say it as a int sum equal to, I want to add the content at the number one and content at the number two. The result I would be storing into the sum, and here we are going to print the output. Okay, number one plus, I want to construct a string with the symbols, plus number two plus equal to, I'm going to say that as a plus number one plus number two. This is what I'm doing here. Hey, yeah, hold on, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'll come back to you. Yeah. So here, what we are doing is here, I'm going to take the number one and the number two. I'm adding this number one and number two values. The result I'm storing into the sum, and finally I'm printing this value. Okay. Now I'm going to run this example, which should work happily. There is no problem. Okay, it should work, and it's going to print the 10 plus 20 equal to 30. It is going to print it here. Now here, the most of the basic elements we are not aware of that here. Hey, you declare the variable and you assign the some value. If you are learning the first time programming, what are you doing that? What are you trying to explain us? You are not getting that. You may have that question. Don't worry, hold on. Like no, just I'm doing the basic setup of the project and how to push this project, how we are going to pull the project. This is only my intention, not the teaching the today's class. I'm not teaching the anything Java. Just I'm saying that how are you going to create a project. Once you create a project, what is a package, how we are going to manage the source code, where the source code will be maintained, and what is this form.xml file, what typically you will contains the form.xml file, how are you going to push this code into the GitHub repository, how you will be getting the, suppose if I'm asking you to, can you clone this project in your local repository, how are you going to get that? I'm going to show you that here. Okay, go ahead. Somebody has a question. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Lakshman, so I think you have 1 minute delay of screen sharing.
What is that?
Screen sharing, what you're teaching and showing in the teaching, getting 1 minute delay.
Oh, is it? There is a delay.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it for everyone or is it only for you?
Yeah, can you check with guys? Guys, please talk if you are saying the same issue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
is it?
good for me.
Okay.
Because
So
we
now
are
I'm
not
going to,
able to see the screen when you are explaining, and the coding part file, the coding part screen, we are not able to see. When you are switching, there is a delay in the sharing.
oh, is it? Now I'm in
Yeah,
the browser. Are you able to see the browser?
No, no.
no, we are
No,
Yeah,
able
I
to
can
see.
see the
I
browser.
can see the browser.
I'm able to
We
see
are
them.
not able to see the browser.
I
Now
think
I'm
we
in
are not.
source code.
Relative.
Yeah, we are in the source code right now.
Yeah, we are in the source code and I'm line number 9. I'm highlighting. Is it, Leo? Is it no? I
Yeah,
Okay,
highlighted
sir.
the line
It
number.
is visible, sir. It is
Yeah,
highlight 9, sir.
There is a delay. No, I think my network speed is good. I tested thing.
no, it's not,
Maybe you.
nothing
Yes,
wrong
sir.
with
It is
network,
good
sir.
only, sir. But
It's good.
Okay, it is coming close to 670 Mbps. Yeah, this speed is good. Anyway, uh, if there is a lag or a delay, please let me know that so that I will not move the screens very fast. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, still if you are facing the problem, no, you can rejoin that, like no, disconnect and rejoin. Yeah. So, okay, now we are done that here. We created a project, and now how are you going to
Maybe
push this code and yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah, somebody has a question. Does anyone has question? Yeah. Okay, no problem, no issues. Now here I need to push this code it into the GitHub repository. Before pushing to the GitHub repository, ensure that your project contains the one new file called the .gitignore. .gitignore. What is this .gitignore is? What it does is that you shouldn't be pushing your executable files into the Git, and at the same time .class files and like no the .class files you shouldn't be pushing into the definitely your like no libraries. These all the files should not be pushed to the your Git. And what are the things it has to be ignored? You will be specifying in the file name called the .gitignore. And whatever you added in this file, that will be ignored by the Java. That will be ignored by the Git. That means that never be pushed to the yours the central repository. And like no, this is a standard thing. And what are the Maven? Sorry, these people has given that. I'm going to take this copy and I'm going to put the all these things. Okay, you shouldn't be pushing the Maven wrappers. You shouldn't be pushing the target libraries. Like no, these are the files you should never be pushed. IntelliJ ID, these are the things like generic things. What are the things commonly used one? They made it as a one list, and I'm going to use that here. So that this will be Git ignore. Now here I'm done with this. Here I'm going to manage the my Git manually first. Then later we will see that how we are going to do with the GUI. Now this is a place my project is created. Okay, if I'm looking at here, clear, CLS, I think clear. Yeah, LS. If I'm looking at here, this is what form.xml file. There is a src, there is a target, and I'm going to do the MEN clean. I'm going to do the MEN clean, which is going to remove the target folder. It is going to remove that here. ls minus a. You can look at here. These are the things. These are the things it contains here. Now there is something called the .gitignore file we are having here. Now I want to initialize the Git in this repository. I want to initialize the Git in this repository. I would be saying that as a Git init. It is going to do the Git initialization. Okay. Now if you look at here, Git minus a, it is created the one new directory. It is created here. .git. This is a place where it is going to track of the all your files. All your files, it is going to track that here. Now if I'm typing here Git status, it is saying that here, hey boss, you added the .gitignore, you added the form.xml file, you added the source. Okay, it is saying that here on master branch, by default it's created the master branch, no commits yet. Like no untracked files are, we have, these are the files you are having here. What do you want me to do? Nothing is added to commit untracked files. Like in order to add that, it is saying that here you can use the git add. Use the git add. Now I'm going to say it as a git add. I can say dot. Dot means current directory, all the files you add it, you are going to say that here. Okay, it is added here. Now I'm going to check this here, git status. It is saying that here, hey, these are the things you added. Do you what do you want me to? Do you want me to remove from the cache or to make the unchanged, or you want to commit that? I want to commit these things. In order to commit this here, git commit minus m. We are going to say that here added A1 examples. I'm going to say that here. This is a message. We are going to give it here. Day one examples we added. Just we are going to say that what exactly you made change. What exactly you have done that. That's what you are going to give it in the comments. You are going to give it here. Now I added. Now if I look at here git status, I can say that here. This is what git status on your you are on the master branch. Nothing to commit. Working tree clean. You don't have anything because everything is committed locally. It's committed locally. Now I want to see the logs. Git logs. Git log. I'm going to type it here. Now I added the one thing. So this is the author, and this day he added the one commit, that is the added day one example. Added day one example, it is saying that here. Now what I want to do here is this code I want to push to the remote repository. I want to push to the remote repository where you guys can clone that project and you can start working on that. Yeah. In order to do this here, I need to go to the my GitHub account. Okay, GitHub Java with this is a place. I'm going to create a one repository, and this repository name is I'm going to say that as a same as my project name. I will take it here so that we can recognize easily. I'm going to take it here. Hey, can you create a repository with this name? I'm making it as a public repository so that anybody and everybody can access. And here we are going to create a repository. This is going to create a one repository. It is creating here. Now here I have a already existing repository. Now what I'm doing here is git remote add. This is what in the remote you add this. The remote we are going to say that here. Hey, this is a place. My origin is we are going to say it as a this is what I'm saying here. Now the next one is git push main branch. I want to create a branch main and I want to push to the main branch. I want to push that here. Okay. Now I'm doing the git push minus u. This is what. Like now, if you are doing the first time, it may ask the credentials. Already, if you have configured that, it won't ask the credentials. Directly, this project will be pushed to the JIT. Now it is pushed to the JIT. Now you can go and refresh this here. You will see the project. You will see this is the project. So here you can see that here, this is a project you created and you are going to do all these operations. Suppose if I'm deleting this project, okay, let me close this IDE. I'm going to close this IDE. Okay, I'm going to delete this project. Okay, I'm deleting this e dot dot. I'm coming one directory back. I would be deleting this project. Happily, I'm going to delete that here because I have maintaining in the JIT. We don't need to think about that. Like just I'm deleting this project. Okay, somewhere it got stuck. Okay, let me do this here. Try again. Okay, it has been deleted here. Now I want to get that project into my IDE. I want to get it here. Into my IDE, I want to get it here. In order to get it into the IDE, you can say here JIT. No, IntelliJ IDE. I'm going to take it here. This is what I'm going to take it here. And I have deleted that project. Nothing. My project is not available. I got the from the company. Hey, this is what your repository, and they are saying that here you clone this project. They are saying here. Now when you and you will get the at the same time credentials. You will get it. So here it's a public repository. There is no credentials. Now what you can do here is when you are opening here, you can go to the git get from VCS version control system. Now you are going to type the your URL and where it has to be. You should get this project is I want to get it in a git folder. Okay, this is a directory. I want to get it here with this name. I'm just saying the clone. When you clone this here, you can see here that new project you got it here. Git JFS. This is what we got it here. Now you go back to the your project. You go back to the your project. Now this Maven project automatically it gets that here. IDE also recognize that this is a Git project and everything you are going to get it here. It's resolving that here. Okay, let it happen. It is scanning for the index. You can see that here. Okay, now they are asking that, hey, can you make these changes in your source code? Like now you have assigned this some ticket where you need to fix the code. Whenever you are going to fix the code, we always create a branch. We will not go on to directly do on the main. I am going to create a new branch from this here. Create a new branch. I'm going to create it here. This is I'm going to create it as a development branch. I'm going to create it here. Now currently I am in the development branch. Please notice this here. You are in a dev branch. Okay, I'm in a dev branch. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add in a day one more example I'm adding here, which is going to print a multiplication of the table. Multiplication of table. Okay, this is what I'm going to print it here. Multiplication of the table. I'm writing a one example. Now here we are going to say that as this is a main method, and here we are going to print a table. Okay, int number equal to, I'm going to take it as a 19, and I want to print the 19 table. I want to print it here for int I equal to 1 to I less than or equal to 10 times and I plus plus, and where we are going to print the sys out string dot format, something we are going to do here, percentage s equal to percentage s into percentage s equal to percentage s. I'm going to say that here, where you are going to give that here first number, then I value, then we are going to print the num into I. This is what I'm going to do this here. Yes, we are going to do this. Okay. Now, if I run this example, which is going to print the 19 table, apart from that, nothing else it is doing here. Great. So it will print the just 19 table. It's going to be printed here. Now here you have done something in your development branch. So now you need to push this code to the remote repository. We need to push this code to the remote repository. First, what you can do here is you can do the commits from the by using the command prompt, or you can use the IDE. Now it is saying that here, hey, you made this change, you created new file, and one more thing, you are going to make a one more change in the existing file. Okay, so existing file you are going to make a change. Existing file you are going to make a change. Welcome to Java world. So with the something we are adding here, welcome to Java world, and here we are going to take it as some logic you are adding here. Okay, what are you doing here? String username equal to, okay, here we are going to say that as some logic. If, yeah, string username equal to, you will be saying it as a user. If args.length is greater than 0, if it is greater than 0, I'm going to say it as a username equal to args of 1. Args of 0, I'm going to do this here. Okay, please. If there is any command line argument, I'm going to take it here. Otherwise, default, we are going to say that here. Hi, we are going to say it as a hi. So you will be saying it as a plus username. We are going to say it as a with the comma. We are going to use this /t. This is what new line, new tab, new line and new tab. We are going to print it here. Now, what I'm doing here is just you can look at this here. Hey, like no printing the welcome to Java world, it doesn't make any sense. I'm saying that here. Hey, whenever you are giving the user, hi user, welcome to Java world. These are the small changes I have done that in my project, in my application. Now here we are going to select both, and you can look at this here. In the greetings.java, you made some changes. What it's saying that here, hey, previously it was like this. Now you have done these are the changes. These are the changes you have done that here. Do you want to commit this? Yes. Do you want to do this? Yes. And you are going to write a message. Added extra log message and do multiplication of table added. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, the commit and push. I'm going to say that continue and commit anyway. We are going to do this here. And here it is saying that here, are you sure? This is what it is asking that here. I'm sure. Dev origin. You just push that here. Now, if you go back and look at this here, here we have two branches. One is a main branch earlier. Now we are pushing the dev branch also. You can see two branches here. Main and dev we are having here. Now here, whenever you make some changes, the person who is who is watching this and who is assigned this work, you can create a pull request. You can create a pull request. Boss, I made the changes, added the extra logic, and you can add the reviewers. You can add it here, and you are going to create a pull request. Now that person, what he does is that he is going to review the code, and if everything is fine, he's going to do this here, squash and merge. And here we are going to say that as a squash and merge, and we are going to do this here. And squash and merge, you are going to do that here. What you are doing here is the development branch you are going to merge with the, okay, you are going to merge with the production branch. You are going to merge with that. If everything is fine, now both the branches will have the same code. Okay, you can delete that branch. We don't want to delete that here. I'm going to keep it that here. Now if you look at here in my project, I have two branches, both the branches in the same level. Okay, there is a the main branch is a default, that is a production branch. Once you everything is tested and everything is fine, then only it will be merged to the production branch. Okay, you will be always working in a dev branch, or you will create a one more branch out of this dev. You are going to work on that here. Now, cool. Now here I have pushed the all the code I pushed here. Everything is working fine. Tomorrow I want to get the latest code from the my GitHub repository. I want to get a latest code. What you can do here is, we don't know. Like no, overnight somebody might have worked. Okay, somebody has worked here. Like to show you that I'm going to the remote repository. Okay, now here I'm going to the dev branch. I'm going here. This gentleman, what he did here is he worked on the overnight, late night he worked, or maybe he's sitting in another continent. So where what he has done that here, he has edited something. Okay, instead of user, uh, okay, user we are going to say it as a uh, okay, uh, yeah, user, yeah, user, that's fine. And here he is going to do this here. I want to print this message in a double quotes. Okay, he has changed that here. This message he wants to print it in a double quotes. Now he has done this here, and here we are going to say that here added quotes for message. Something he has done that here, and he commit the changes into the dev branch. Now here, how do I get the latest code? Next day morning I came to office. I want to get the latest code. I want to get it here. Before you are going to do any coding, ensure that you are getting the latest code. You see here, I'm not getting the double quotes here. What you could do here is you say that update. You say that update. This is going to look from the remote repository, added code. You got it here, and it is showing that here, hey, boy, you are down with the master branch. You update this also. Just you say that update, it will get the latest code from, and it's going to update here. Now I'm in a dev branch. You see here, whenever I got the dev branch, added codes, you are seeing that extra code thing you are seeing here. Like now, whenever you are going to the office first time, before you are coding anything, first you get the latest code. You get the latest code. This is the way you would be doing that here. Now I want somebody to volunteer, share your screen, and I'm going to share the link in the chat. You clone the project and you check out the branch and how we are going to do that. Just I want somebody to do that. So anyone person, anyone person, anyone out of 44, I'm the one person. 42, any one person would be interested to share your screen and clone this project. And whenever I change that, how to get the latest code, I want to show that practically. Can someone volunteers
I
to
can give
share
it a
this?
try.
Okay, cool. What's your name?
All right. Rushi.
PQR. Rushi Sharma, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, make presenter. I'm making you presenter. You can share
Okay.
your screen.
1 second.
Yeah, you can minimize the what are the things you open if you are
Mm,
office or personal things you open.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm using a Mac, so it's my first time sharing screen, so my go-to app will actually restart for me to share my screen.
Okay. Okay. Last time also it happened same thing. Like
Yeah. Hmm.
okay, you make me okay. You are I'm organized anyway. I can make myself as a presenter. Okay, no problem. You can restart once. Okay, it's like no tomorrow. Only you are the one who is volunteering most of the times. You better you restart once. Yeah, by giving that permissions. Anybody else? Anyone else?
Yeah, I
Anyone
would like
else?
to present it.
What is your name?
Shravya?
Shravya, where are you? Yeah, Shravya. Okay, I got it. Make presenter. Yeah. Go ahead, Shravya. Cool. Okay. Now I have given the GitHub repository link I have given, correct? You copy from the chat.
Yes, I did.
You did that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you do the git clone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't create it in a desktop or anything. Somewhere you create a one folder so that all your projects will be in some directory, correct?
Yes, just a minute.
So you are using the
Yeah.
Ubuntu on Windows. Good, yeah.
Mm. So,
Yeah, I tried, but I failed. I could not use that. Okay.
yeah, it got cloned.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Yeah, it got it. Okay.
Yeah, it was here. Can
Okay,
you see
fine.
my screen?
Now,
Like,
can you open in your? Yeah, I can see. Can you open your IDE?
uh,
Yeah. Can you open your IDE?
just a minute. I just have
IntelliJ.
Visual Studio Code. I don't have IntelliJ.
Okay, that is fine. Visual Studio Code also you can open.
Mm.
No, directly you type there CMD and open that code dot so that it will open in that project. Yeah, type there CMD. Okay, there you type the. This is in different directory. You have
Just a
to
minute.
climb through that directory.
Just a
So you'll open one file.
minute. Yeah.
Okay, I understood what you are trying to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Open folder. Yeah. Better open folder. Open folder. Yeah. Uh,
This one or
Probably I'll take your.
SRC?
Yeah. That's all. No. Don't go SRC. Just root level you open.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now when you open, yeah, you trust this project.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You open the SRC. You should have opened
Yeah.
the project. Yeah. Go back to one direct.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should explain to others also how we are using the Ubuntu on the Windows here. Yeah. What are the configurations it has to be done so that it will be helpful for others also. Good. Okay. Git is not found. Install that. That is okay. So that is going to install the Git. Yeah. 64-bit. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Next. Yeah. If you are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Install. Okay, she is using the instead of IntelliJ IDE, she is using the Visual Studio Code. Yes, we can like no, you can go with the any of your favorite IDE. Visual Studio Code also you can use for the even Java development. Yeah. Um, yeah. Now, can you go back to the Visual Studio Code? Let it happen. This download installation that will happen. Don't worry. Now you can just update and restart your Visual Studio Code. Can you update and restart? No, there. Update now and restart. Down. If you look at the down, it is
Oh.
giving the one pop.
Mm.
Just you can finish this. Okay. Now this is going to open the Visual Studio Code. She is opening now. Now you can look at here. You don't have the subversion Linux installed. No, not required.
Mm-hmm.
Not required. Okay. Now here, if you look at here, there is a source code you are seeing here, and you are going to git show src main, and you have all the things you are having here, correct? This is the way you are going to clone the project. Now I'm going to like, now can you get the latest code? Like, now can you tell me what branch you are in? How do you know that which branch you are in? You click on that git. You click on that git icon, third icon, I guess. Yeah, not
Yeah.
I guess. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Manage unsafe
Maybe
repository.
I
Click
should
on that.
do
Yeah. Okay. Do you have account?
Yeah. Just
No, that is not required. Because you need not to, because you are getting the code from the my repository, correct? You don't
yeah.
need to do that. You don't need to do that. Can you open once again that project? Now, before you are not installing the JIT, no? So now we install the JIT.
Mm-hmm.
Can you restart the once again Visual Studio Code? Still you haven't. Yeah, can you install that subversion for Linux? Okay, I think Linux version. You are using the different thing. That's why it did not take that, I guess. Okay, still you haven't got that. Click on that. It should recognize the. Okay, just click on the manage unsafe repositories. What is that? What it is doing? Okay, you select that. That's okay.
Yeah.
Now you can see here. Yeah. Now here you are what branch it is, like, to check that here. Open the command prompt. Yeah, that's fine. You go to the
Okay.
directory. Open the command prompt. Terminal. Yeah, the terminal is fine.
Terminal.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now there you type the git branch. Git branch. Git space branch. You are in a main branch. Now you have to check out the dev branch. Okay. In order to check out the dev branch, git branch, git branch dev. Yeah. Just do this here. Now you type the git branch. What is the branch you are in? Just it is going to git checkout to dev branch. Sorry. Git checkout. Git checkout dev space dev. So these are the commands just you are going to enter. Yeah, you have switched to the dev branch. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going to push something in once again I'm printing the same message I'm printing in now. Once again I'm printing the same message I'm printing in welcome class. I'm printing here in the dev branch. Are you getting the latest code or not? We need to check that here. Okay, added extra log. Let me commit and push, then continue. Commit anyway, and we are going to push this here. If you look at here, you are getting the your welcome to Java world class greeting class. When you open the greeting class, open the greeting class. Okay, you got the only one time message. Now you need to get the latest code. In order to get the latest code, you just type the git space pull in the command prompt. Git space pull. You are going to get the latest code from that. You are getting here. Okay, you just say that here git branch set upstream origin dev. You say that here. Last command you git pull. That's
Oh,
what you are going to say that here.
this one?
Yeah, git pull remote. Uh, you need not give the git. Yeah, git pull. You do that. Just you do the git pull.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No tracking information current branch. You specify the. You want to merge that here. Git upstream origin branch. Okay. You copy the second command. You copy the second command. Okay, just you say that yeah, you paste that. You wherever that branch is there, you give the dev there also. Okay, instead of check out the branch, we created our own branch. We created.
Is it correct?
Yeah, remove that. No, you remove that bracket. The greater. Yeah. Now you execute this command. Enter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you do the git pull. It is going to get the latest code. Okay, please configure. Okay, you need to configure your username and your
Okay.
you need to configure that username, like no username, what is the username and what is the password you like no global username, just you configure that, give your username. Hmm. Okay, then same thing, you use your name also, so that when you are committing the code it will get to know that who are you, it is going to take that here. Okay, now you do the git pull. Okay, you got the conflicts, you got it here.
Mm-hmm.
Automatically merge this merge conflict in the day one greetings. You have a merge conflict greetings, it is having that here. Merge conflicts. You got the conflicts, you got it here.
Mm-hmm.
Merge conflicts, when you're doing here, auto merge conflicts, fix this result conflict. Merge this conflicts, auto merge. Okay. Greetings class, you have a problem. Greetings class, can you go to the greetings class?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, you like no wherever you are getting the conflicts, you are going to resolve that. Okay, you remove
Mm-hmm.
the head, you remove that line.
I should accept the incoming change, right?
You should accept the incoming changes. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you do the save that,
Mm-hmm.
save. Okay. Now you can like no you have resolved that issue. You have resolved that here. Now there is no conflicts. No, you got
Yes.
the system.out.println. What is the username twice? I have one more time. I have printed here. So this is a way you like no you don't have the permission to push the code. Like you can get the latest code every day whenever you log into the system, or whenever you're going to get the latest code, you just do the git pull. But since he is using the Visual Studio Code, things are not set up properly. That's where she had a little, like, no, we had a little problems. Otherwise, it's a very simple and straightforward. Let me share my screen myself. Whenever you make any changes, like, no, I want you to get familiar with the JIT. Like you are going and getting the what is that code? Like no JIT update, or you can go to here. You get me the latest code. Like no rebase on top of the incoming changes. When I'm doing the rebase, everything is up to date. It's saying that no files are made modified. Nothing is modified. It is saying here. Okay, I want you to like no clone this project in your repository. Once again, I'm going to explain this here. Okay, just I'm going to exit. I close that here and I'm going to terminate from here. Suppose if you're using the Visual Studio Code. Okay, let me explain that here. Visual Studio Code, if you're using that here. First, you get the project into the this place you are going to get the project. Okay, here I want to get the project. In order to get that project, what are you going to do here? You are going to take this repository URL. What is the repository URL? You copy this. You are going to the terminal, git clone. We are going to do here. I'm going to do this here. This is what I got the project. CD project name JFS and git pull. Okay, git pull. It is going to pull the all the things. It is going to pull it here. Everything is up to date. It's saying here git branch. Which branch you are in currently? We are going to check this here. I'm in a main branch. Okay. Now I'm going to say that here git checkout minus B and dev. I want to check out the development branch. So for that, you are going to do that git checkout minus B dev. Now, if we take the git branch, I'm in currently in what branch? Development branch. Suppose if I'm opening in Visual Studio Code, I'm going to open the code dot, which is going to open the Visual Studio Code. It is very easy to use the Visual Studio Code IDE also. Yes, I trust this project. Okay, yes, I trust this project. I got it here. Now, if I'm looking at this here, I'm going to make small changes I'm doing here. Here in the greetings.xml, this is a file. Okay, this is a place where we are going to take it here. Okay, why I did not get this latest code. Git pull. I'm going to do the git pull. There is something went wrong. Git branch, we are going to say it as a upstream. Okay, there I'll get the merge conflicts. I'll resolve under. I'm going to push that code. That's okay. This is a dev. I'm going to do this here. Okay. So now I'm going to do the git pull. Okay, I'll get the conflicts. I'll resolve these conflicts. Okay, there is a conflicts. Hey, you resolve that. It's asking here. I'm going to accept the all the changes. Okay. I don't know. Some reason it is not helping me, or it is helping me, but I'm okay. That's okay. Now I'm going to delete this. I want to resolve this manually. I'm resolving this here. Now I'm going to take this. This I'm going to remove that here. I want to get the latest two changes. I'm going to get it here. Okay. Resolve in my editor. I'm going to resolve this here. Okay. These are the places I have got these problems. Complete this merge, and it's merge, and I'm going to commit this here. That's okay. Now here I'm going to say that here the code whatever I'm going to do here is I'm going to push this code so that in the remote repository the code is going to be pushed. Okay, just I'm pushing this code. It has been pushed to the remote repository. Now here if I'm making any changes, now here everything is looking fine. Now I'm going to delete this line. I'm going to delete here. Okay, I deleted this line. The moment I deleted this line, Git immediately it will recognize, hey, you made a one file modification. What is this file? This is a modification. You have done that here. You have removed this code. Do you want to commit? Yes, I want to commit. Remove extra log message. Okay, extra log message. I'm going to just commit. I'm not pushing this code. Now, if you want to push the code, just you are going to do this push. This code will be pushed to the remote repository. Okay. Now, if you go back and if you look at here, in the remote repository earlier we have a in the like no main dev branch. If I look at here, in that file, if I'm going to the file and greetings.xml, greetings.java, you should get the only one you are going. And what are the commits it went and what are the changes it has been happen in this repository. If you want to see all this information, you can go and look at the like no commits. You can look at here what are the things it has been added. Everything you can get it here. What is this here in this commit? You have made the changes. Okay, you can see that here. Sorry, what are the changes it has been happened? You can go to this, and I'm going to. We have a two branches and four commits. If you can look at this, what are the commits? Day one example. What are the things you added here? These are all the things I added in the first commit. And what are the things it happened in the next commit? You can see each and every commit. What extra log is added, removed. What is that? We added this one. We added here. Okay. Now here, if I'm going back and look at this here, refresh. Okay. I'm going to select the dev branch. What is that next I added here? Remove the extra log. You can see that here. What exactly I removed? I have removed it. This is like no each and everything it will track of that. This is a way Git can be used. I want you to clone the project and get the latest code into your IDE. I don't want you to use the Visual Studio Code. Like no, yeah, I don't want means it is not like I don't want. You can use whatever your favorite IDE, but get familiar with the as a Java developer IntelliJ IDE. You get familiar with that. This is the one where we are going to use the extension. We are going to use it here. Now I got the entire code it into my Git. I want to open that project in Visual Studio Code. I want to open here. Sorry. Yeah, not Visual Studio Code. IntelliJ. I want to open that here. We'll see that here what it's opening. It is going to open the project. It's going to open. It will recognize the what is that Git project and everything. It is going to recognize. Now you got the that project. You got it here. Now here, like now, it is going to Maven. We got it here. Everything we got it here. Now I'm going to add the one more example. This is the last example I'm adding. I'll just show that last commit. I'm going to take the latest code anyway. I want to ensure that I want to get the latest code. Like no, just I'm going to do this update. So when I do the update, it should say everything is up to date. There is no issue. I'm going to add the new class I'm adding here. This is a we are going to set as a factorial of a number. Factorial. I'm going to set it as a of number. I'm going to find it here. Here's one more example. I'm going to add it here. Uh, then here we are going to do this here. The main method I'm going to add it here. Okay, here we are going to take the int number equal to, I'm going to take it as a 5 and I want to find the factorial. Int res equal to 1 or I'm going to write it here int I equal to 2 to I less than or equal to that number and I plus plus where we are going to do here res star equal to, I'm going to say it as a 1. Then finally we are going to print the sys out. I'm going to print the factorial of what is that number plus is, I'm going to print the res value. Now I would be running this example. I'm going to run this example. Factorial of a given number is, which is going to print the, if I have 5 factorial means 120. This output should be, the factorial of a 5 is 120. It should display that result. Now I'm going to commit this. Just you select this here, you write a proper message. You are adding it as a factorial of a given number is added, is like no logic added, something you are saying here. And you do the commit and continue, and we are going to push this. You are going to push this here. The code is pushed. Okay, code is going to be pushed, and everything is clean. Now what you can do here is you can clone the repository. You see that here, or you create your own repository. What are the examples we tried? You play with that once again. Yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll continue the more about the. Yeah, this is the fundamentals every Java developer should know. Not only Java developer, any developer should know from the day one. So even though like no, you may find little challenging, like no, I want you to explore, practice, and do the one or two times. Nothing is going to happen. Worst case, what happen? You may lose the some 10 lines of code. You play with that confidently. You get familiar with that. Like you shouldn't be getting scared of the uses of the Git. You play with that. Okay. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Any questions before I wind up? No.